start off at here. What they're gonna do, what they're gonna find.
I hope one or both of them are doing Julian.
Well, let's find out. There we go. And we find 5-arrow upgrade in Link's House and Power Glove in the Sanctuary.
That's a great start.
Yeah, especially for kohrek now, because he could literally, if he had a bomb, he could go right to the back of Escape, but obviously he's not going to be able to do that just yet, but looks like you're getting your wish, Never Play. kohrek is going for Houlihan.
And with that glove, that actually unlocks quite a lot already.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can do the back of Escape, you can do Zora, and you can also go on that mountain.
Yep. And Nickynoel getting a 4-bomb drop from one of the guards, but only got hearts from the tree pull, and he finds heart container there from Uncle. Not a bad find. kohrek now doing his Houlihan run. Let's see what Nickynoel finds here in Uncle's chest downstairs. Some magic, and we find just a piece of heart.
So that's a healthy well at the castle.
All right. kohrek now getting their getting another bomb. That's very helpful there.
Yeah, that bomb is always fixed there, so when you have glove, that's always a free bomb. Good to know.
Oh, we're gonna see an early Lake Hylia Island. Just a 5-bomb upgrade for Lake Hylia Island. Though kohrek's gonna go ahead and use some of that money they got to go right in buy some bombs from the shop. As Nickynoel making the early back of Escape play like we suggested. Let's see if we get some good items from that.
And just like I said, Nickynoel is getting the back of Escape. Good thinking right after getting those gloves.
Ooh, Eastern Palace, big key. Nice find there. That means if we find the bow early enough, we could be seeing an early Eastern Palace play. Speaking of, kohrek already heading that direction, going right for Sahasala's hut. Wow, this is a
sadly it does not have that big key. That could have helped him there.
Would have given him one more chest to access for sure. Let's see where the green pendant is. Green pendant in Tower of Hera.
And now Nickynoel is finally doing the usual play, going towards Kakariko.
Yeah, not finding much in Sir Hasala's closet. Ooh, another bomb drop. Very nice. Not going to be doing the lumberjack check. A bit of a risk there, not having that knowledge, but we'll see if that's necessary later on as they head into the Lost Woods.
And yeah, kohrek finally getting...
Oh, we got flute!
Sorry, so kohrek is finally going to the back of Escape, gonna get that big key to his turn. Which is always great to get before you go there.
No, absolutely, but Nickynoel finding that flute in the Lost Wood, that's going to be really helpful since they're already on their way to Kakariko. They can activate that flute immediately, and that's going to make things a lot quicker for them. And odds are good kohrek's going to be getting the same thing pretty soon. So this is going to be a pretty quick seed starting right off.
And you had the glove to go straight up the mountain, but with that flute, that's way faster.
Absolutely. All right, so Nickynoel now they're going to do our typical Kakariko play here. And kohrek going straight for the South Shore. We're going to see a lot of unique routing here this seed. This is interesting. We'll see if kohrek make the right call there, considering they don't have a sword yet. They're going to be relying on bomb strats for the mini Moldorm Cave. But let's see if Nickynoel made the better call after all. Let's see. We've got Piece of Heart. Ooh,
the
bow in the damn chest! And Titan's Bitten. Woo-hoo, boy!
Oh my god, what a great start to the scene.
We get any more items, I might have to make a certain call I usually make. Oh, we got a big key here. Big key to Misery Mire, not bad. Doesn't really help too much, but this early on, but could come into play later. Let's see what kohrek finds after
Mire is almost in logic. You're only missing a sword, a medallion.
Yeah.
End of Samaria.
Oh, we got a map here. Map for Turtle Rock. Ooh, that's a tease. That is a tease. All right, Nickynoel now heading into the well, finds a Piece of Heart starting things off. kohrek on his way over to the mini Moldorm Cave. Let's see what Noel finds here. We got another heart container, so a little extra health this early on. Not a bad thing. And we find another Piece of Heart. The mirror! Oh, what is going on with this seed?
Tower of Hera, Desert, both in logic.
Yeah. Let's see what we get from the bottle vendor. Oh, we got another big key. Big key to Turtle Rock as we activate our flutes.
There's another big key to Thief's Town.
Oh,
the
and someone called
Samaria.
same one called Vanderbree. That's gotta be Kane. And the goose is loose.
Oh my god, this starts.
This scene is going rapid fire on us here.
There's just one thing worrying me. We don't see where the moon pearl is yet.
That is true.
And
we don't know if
it
Lumberjack's
can be
in play here.
anywhere now.
Oh, 5-arrow upgrade in the Chicken Shack cart, now making their way over to the Ice Rod Cave. Again, this is where missing that flute in the forest is going to come back to haunt him, because that's going to take a little extra time for him, whereas Nickynoel can get there much quicker. Now Nickynoel heading into the tavern and finds a piece of heart. So we're still on the hunt for that moon pearl, but oh boy, this early
and
on.
Would you look at that? Nickynoel is already at 6 hearts. Correct, still at 3 hearts. So that's a bit dangerous for him right now.
Yeah, especially this early on. But he gets into the Ice Rod Cane, buys 300 rupees. We find a 5-arrow upgrade in the library. Not much there.
Now I know Eastern is unlocked for Kohrek, but with 3 hearts, I'm not sure.
Moon Pearl in the race game!
That unlocks the Dark World. Okay, now Nickynoel can go literally anywhere.
Yeah, but chat pointing out that this is starting to worry me. This many items early on, you know this seed's about to troll them super hard. Nickynoel now picking up that Moon Pearl. You definitely do not want to turn that down.
It's required. Don't you agree?
Just a tad. Just a tad. Yeah. Just a little. And Nickynoel gonna make the early play into the mire area. Gotta find out very quickly whether or not that what medallion is required, even though we really don't have much access to it. But desert is opened up, and that seems to be Noel's plan here. And we've got bombos needed for mire.
Not only desert, you can check all the overworld on this side of the map.
Yeah, big 20 on the desert. Let's Kohrek making the early play into the dungeon area of escape. Again, does not have any severe weapons other than that Cane of Samaria, so they're gonna have to play a little risky here, especially with as low health as they have. But that, you never know, this could be the right play.
Yeah, if you can find arrows, that could help him.
And 50 rupees on the desert torch. Ooh, we got vanilla small key in the dungeon.
I think there's something required behind there, because that small key is required by logic to progress on the castle.
The only thing they're missing is the lamp. Nickynoel now exiting out of desert, probably going to be checking the Mire Shack and the Checkerboard Cave, since both of those are accessible right now.
And you can also route in the Agina's Cave.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, we got a compass for Eastern and another heart container, so more health for Nickynoel. And we got
we don't know yet if that's required.
Yep. Could be for Turtle Rock. We'll have to see later on. Nickynoel now heading into the Checkerboard Cave, finds just a big 20. Let's see what Kohrek finds here in Zelda's treasure chest. Gonna use the pots there. Since they don't have the mirror, they can't do the quick exit. They may have the death warp. Let's see if it pays off before we find Fighter's Sword!
Okay, I think that sword is the first one in logic.
Yeah, it is. So you had to go through swordless to get to it, which is let's and Silvers!
Okay, now that's good. the bow at the dam and Silver's in the China's cave.
Yeah, this is going to be a very fast... We're looking at a Stoops jet seat here, folks. Considering how quick a lot of those bosses are going to go down to those silver arrows. Big find for Noel when they go down to the South Shore and check that dam.
But kohrek is going to his turn now.
Well, then again, that's one of those things you don't think about checking this early on, so I don't entirely blame them. But they're still going to get their first... they've got the big key to Eastern. They've got the bow. We're going to have our first dungeon cleared within 20 minutes.
Unless he has trouble with those dark rooms.
No, that's true. We still don't have the lamp. Nickynoel now heading into the Silver's area.
With Silver's, that dungeon is going to be a lot faster for Nickynoel.
Absolutely. Speaking of Nickynoel, they're heading into the Skull Woods area right now. We're going to see if they find any early items. As kohrek now got to open up the first chest here in Eastern Palace, and they got to find a small key to desert. So now the right side of desert just opened up. So when they head that direction, they have a couple more places to check opposed to Nickynoel earlier.
Hammer!
Oh, everybody stop! Hammer time!
That just unlocked his Dead Mountain. And potentially Turtle Rock.
East Death Mountain, and when the kohrek inevitably finds those titans, that's going to open up Dark Death Mountain as well. All they need is the hook shot to really pull it out. What some big finds early on. Again, where does the trolling start, or does it? It's going to come down to keys, it looks like. Item-wise, we're doing great. It's going to come down to keys to determine the trollage.
And there's your money for Zora.
Yep, gonna get the... Well, almost. Not quite. Well, kohrek's got enough, but Nickynoel's close.
So yeah, kohrek did not go to CAC yet, and Nickynoel did not go for the south area of Hyrule.
Some interesting running there. Also, we just found Powder there for kohrek. Nice find there.
I'm thinking that Nickynoel might drop that in with the mirror later on.
Possibly. Nickynoel now entering the village of Outcast, checking the Sea House, and finds triple bombs. kohrek now making their way to the dark rooms in the Eastern Palace. Gonna be a little tricky. We'll see if this comes into play later. Oh, and Nicky heading right into Thieves Town. Now, here's the kicker. kohrek has the big key to Thieves Town. Nickynoel does not. So this is actually an unintentional double dip that she's going to be making there, but gets 5-arrow upgrade for that. And let's see what else they find.
But it's still a good play with mirror. It's a really quick check.
That is very true. All right, kohrek now finishing up, heading to the Venel side. Oh, we got another big key here. Big key to Swamp for Nickynoel. Not going to open up too much, as you don't really need that big key, but that opens up one more chest when they get there.
And that was close for kohrek. It was at half a heart left.
Gotta be careful there, but does get all those chests now, and they're gonna be hanging to the back end of Eastern Palace. Again, we could be seeing our first dungeon clear within 20 minutes here, probably even 15 if they move quick enough. We shall see.
Yeah, that will depend if you can do this room. And there's Bombos.
Bombos.
That unlocked Meyer.
Meyer is now accessible to some extent.
Wait. My bad. No, you need boots or hookshot to get past the first room.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But we are dangerously close to an early Meyer play. Nickynoel taking. I'm assuming that was a death warp there.
Yeah, I think that's better because of low health. With mirror, he would have left with 2 hearts, and now he has 5.
Yeah, I think that was the smarter play. Certainly no shame in that one. Heading into the chess game now. kohrek about to reach the Armo sites. We see we got 10 arrows and triple bombs for the chess game. So a bit of a scam there, unfortunately.
And kohrek is past the dark room, so he should be fine. Oh, he's getting quite low on arrows.
I was gonna say, it's gonna need to stock up on some arrows. Thankfully, there is a good amount of them here in this room here once it gets past these red, there we go. Alright, Nickynoel over to the Bombable Hut, finds a small key to Misery Mire. Not really that useful if you know what you're doing, But now let's see how Kohrek does against the Armos Knights.
Now, one thing that's good for Nickynoel is that you can route in the Smiths straight away.
That's true. We got 50 rupees and our first crystal of the race for Kohrek. Nice play.
And we do not know if that's a 5 or 6 crystal. We cannot tell from the drop.
Nope, we'll have to wait till we check the bomb shop later to confirm if that is one of those crystals. Nickynoel now digging up some money here in the digging game. How many digs and what will they dig up?
I'm expecting Kohrek to go to Kek now.
Kind of have to at this point. Oh, we got our first sword for Nickynoel, so second sword upgrade found in the digging game.
So both have a sword, but not the same one.
No, we should be seeing a Master Sword pick up here before too long. Hopefully Nicky will remember to check out the dungeon and pick that up. But instead, they're going to pick up Jeremiah and drop them off. Kohrek now heading into the race game. Going to be picking up their Moon Pearl here shortly.
Yeah, and with the hammer in Skullwoods, that the myths is the Dark World access in the seed.
Yep, Nickynoel now setting up the peg game. Gonna have to do the slow route because they don't have the boots. But who knows what we'll find here.
So yeah, there was quite a large divergence in the seed.
The item setup should show you that. Ooh, we got a small key here in the peg game. What's it to? Small key to Skullwoods. Not quite what they're looking for.
Also, Nickynoel does not have the powder, which Kohrek will have once he get there. So we might see Kohrek check the Bat Cave sooner.
He gets that hammer, he will. He also needs to get that mirror. Though he's about close to getting that since he's doing his Kakariko play. Big 20 from the Swordsmith, so they're counterfeiting again.
On the other hand, Nickynoel might do Palace of Darkness and Eastern at the same time.
That's very true. That might be what they're waiting for at this point. But Nickynoel going to pick up that purple chest and will probably end up doing their South Shore play at the same time, so they're going to be getting a lot of good items here pretty soon.
Also, I forgot, where was the Thief's Town Big Key? Was it in Minimal Dorm?
Might have been, I think so. Got a big 20 in the mirror case, so that's not quite what we're looking for. Kohrek now going to be very happy finding that mirror here very soon.
There it is.
Yep. And, ooh, another sword upgrade from old Stumpy. So we're going to have Tempered Sword very quickly here. Holy cow.
And that's really good for Nickynoel because he's gonna get to the pyramid with Master Sword already. So we might see a dip in Castle Tower soon.
Oh boy, yep. The Akan Tower is in the logic, so you want to make sure you get the items out of there.
And there's the myths for Kohrek. Finally gets his Dark World access.
Yep. Big 20 from the purple chest. Not much there, unfortunately. But now that they're over here in the South Shore, I assume Nickynoel is going to be checking that area.
Okay, and Kohrek might have a difficult decision here. He might go straight for the Dark World and miss the flute in Lost Woods.
Let's hope not. Nickynoel gonna head over to what I like to call the Prince Cave. It's the location formerly known as Hype Cave. Let's see how hype it is here today. We start off Heart Container from the Thief. And we find 50 rupees, mushroom, a map to pod, and flippers. Not super hype, but certainly not a trash cave. That is a pretty decent cave, I would say.
That actually unlocked Ice Palace.
Oh, well, yeah, we've got Bombos. We could do Ice Palace. I don't know if we'd want to do it this early, but we can. Nickynoel now going to stop at the bomb shop. Crystals, Misery Mire, and Pod are our 5-6 crystals.
Okay, so that confirms Eastern was just a white crystal. And kohrek is about to get his flute.
He did not forget, and he's going to be rewarded for that remembering.
I'm expecting him to activate it later after Skullwoods.
Now, Nickynoel did not do South Shore, which is kind of worrying me considering the bow is there. You don't want to leave that behind. That's usually one of those places everybody checks. Why would you leave that? I mean, it's such a hot spot for items. Well, nonetheless, Nickynoel now heading up to the pyramid as kohrek picks up their hammer. Let's see what the pyramid hides for us today. And just a compass. Oh,
Not immediately required.
No. Uh-oh. Nicky, what are you doing what I think you're doing? Oh, clever. Clever gal. Gonna go into the dungeon area first.
It's better to warp from up there first.
Saves a little bit of time. And again, gonna be rewarded with Tempered Sword very early on. Plus, get that Quake medallion, if I recall correctly, was in here as well. So, a couple big finds for Nickynoel here shortly. Now, kohrek doing another section of Skull Woods. This was a section that Nicky skipped earlier. But kohrek having that Cane of Samaria is going to go through pretty quickly here. Let's see if it pays off for kohrek. Gets his mirror ready. Just triple bombs.
With Master Sword, the escape area is going to be a lot faster.
Yeah, green guards go down in one hit. Blue guards should only take, I think, 2. Or 1 spin slash takes it down very quickly. There's the Quake. Got our bacon coin for both runners. kohrek now heading over to the bumper cave. Gonna see if that's gonna be required later on. Because they have the mirror, they may even double check Lumberjack at the same time. Oh, we got a small key up there. That could be very big. If that's something like the Swamp Palace key or one of the pod keys they need, that could come into play later.
And kohrek is checking the graveyard area, something that Nickynoel skipped.
Yep. Nickynoel finishing off the chain guard there and going to be getting their Tempered Sword. So not even half an hour in, we've got Cheeto Sword. Holy cow. And then immediately going to head right into Aga Tower. Now, they're only going to be able to check the first chest, but that could still be something important. kohrek finding, ooh, we've got code red in the graveyard cave. That means Sick Kid's now opened up. That could be something important as well.
That's the first bottle we find.
All right, what does Nickynoel find? Just a 5-arrow upgrade, so nothing of importance there.
Oh, and it's fluting.
Makes sense. They checked everything they can logically. They're heading up to Death Mountain. Gonna go ahead and
could have checked.
Break.
Yeah, could have checked Catfish and maybe Zora at the same time. He has the flippers.
I'm sure they'll route that in at some point, but for now, they're gonna head up to Death Mountain. They've got the mirror and the hammer, so East Death Mountain and Dark Death Mountain are in play. The only thing they'll be missing out on is Hookshot Cave, since they don't have said Hookshot. But who knows? Maybe they'll find it along the way.
And here's something for kohrek. You can finish Thieves Town. He has the big key.
Yeah, the only thing he'll be missing out on is the big chest there, which is a gamble because if that big chest in Thieves Town has anything, it's such a pain in the butt to get back to. But let's see what the old man escort fee is here. Ooh, ferry to bottle. So now Nickynoel has their first bottle as well.
Oh. I hope it does not set up a death warp later on. Because a fairy in a bottle is something you easily forget when you're doing a death warp.
Absolutely. Thankfully, because they have the mirror, I don't think they're going to be setting up too many death warps here. I think that's something they won't be thinking about too much. But you never know. We've seen it earlier. They death warped in Thieves Town when they were running low on health, so that could come into play. But they're heading up into Spectacle Rock now. We find triple bombs on top of the mountain. What's inside the cave? Just a piece of heart. All right, so for Nickynoel now, the next play is going to be obviously, like we said, East Death Mountain. They're going to mirror over here. Probably just, they might not pick up those bombs.
Interesting. Kohrek opted to get out of Thieves Town.
Ah, interesting play there. I don't know if they remember they have the big key or not, but Nickynoel heading into Tower of Hera. This early on, a bit of a gamble. They don't have the big key, so they can't check much. And I don't think they're aware that this is the green pendant, so they are not going to find much here. But then again, with the green pendant, that does open Sir Hassela as another item possibility. Let's see what they find. The goose is now loose for Kohrek. And they're going to turn around and turn in their bottle. Unfortunately, Nickynoel not finding much in Tower of Hera.
Let's see what the sick kid has for us. Just a big 20.
Not quite what they're hoping for. And Nickynoel finally making the play to East Death Mountain. I would assume Spiral Cave first, and then heading back up through Paradox Cave. But first, they're going to check the floating island to see what that has. And just a compass.
So, here's what I'm thinking that Kohrek is doing. He wants that small key to Thieves Town before full clearing it.
That does make sense. Like I said earlier, if you can't get to that big chest on your first run down that way, getting back to it is a real big pain. And if that has an essential item, you don't want to miss it. So they're probably going to play it safe and avoid going down there until they know they can get everything in one shot. All right, who we have here in the Spiral Cave? A small key to Ice Palace. Another one of those keys that if you know how to do everything, you don't need, but does make things easier so you don't have to do all the tricks. So that doesn't exactly hurt, but not exactly the best of helpful things. And now Nickynoel starting off on Dark Death Mountain here. Gonna wait to hold off, or gonna set their mirror up and mirror outside of Paradox Cave so they can go right back in and check Super Bunny Cave. Actually, really good routing strategy there.
Yeah, that's the reason why he checked the floating island first. Because he's not getting up there.
Exactly. And starting off Paradox Cave, we got a small key to Ice Palace and the Sank Heart.
In the meantime, Kohrek gets his Master Sword.
Yeah, and considering they're heading this particular route, they're probably going to also pick up their Tempered Sword here from Old Stumpy. So this is going to be helpful for them. But first, we're going to find single rupee, 10 arrows. And on the other side, we have Blue Tunic. Another small key to Pod. Finally find our first Pod key and a big 20. So not a big helpful Paradox Cave there, but that Blue Tunic will come into play, giving them a little extra defense to work with.
It's always great to find a Palace of Darkness key. There's always something in there. 14 chest. You want to make sure you can check all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Pod is one of those places you really want to make sure you get everything on the first try. It's not as difficult to get back to certain chests, but considering the potentials for difficulty in getting to certain areas, it's best to check it as soon as you can.
And we're about to find out what's at the bat.
Yeah, I was just about to say that myself. What does the bat have for us here? And at the same time, Nickynoel going to be checking Super Bunny Case, so we're going to be seeing quite a few changes pretty quick here. Piece of heart, and 300 rupees in the Super Bunny Cave, and the bat's going to get us just a 5-bomb upgrade.
Now, I do not agree with that save and quit. You could have checked what's the entrance for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that does seem to be a bit of an odd choice there, but we'll see if they decide to do something with that later. What is their next game plan? It looks like Nickynoel finally heading to the dam to go get, and they're gonna get their bow here, and they're gonna be like, "Why didn't I get this sooner?"
Yeah, so without the lamp, Eastern is not yet in logic, but it's doable.
Even with the back area being a dark room, it's not too hard to navigate to the dark rooms of Eastern Palace. So I can see if they go for it like Kohrek did earlier, but we'll see if that comes into play at some point. Nikki might wait till they can do pod at the same time, like you mentioned earlier. We'll see if that comes into play.
Also, Nickynoel has the flippers now, so that can help him navigate this area on Lake Alia.
Absolutely, they can do the whole flipper run there. Hobo, Zora, like we mentioned earlier. Oh, going
and
for
we see Bumble Strat.
Nickynoel not messing around on this seed.
Well, if you can do it in a room full of enemies, that's quick to use.
Yeah, but thankfully Nickynoel is now rewarded with their big red cane.
And the big key to Thief's down.
Or now getting their Cheeto sword, and it looks like Nickynoel is going to go straight into the water. So we're going to be seeing a lot of the flipper plays here shortly.
And Nickynoel is hesitating. What do I check first?
So many possibilities. What do you do first? They're going to go for Zora first, it looks like.
Yeah, I think Zora is the longer check. You want to do that last. But then again, with the flute, everything is fast on this area of the map.
Yep.
And we find our third bottle.
All right, just a quick note here. We're going to apologize in advance, but we've just gotten word that the stream is going to go down temporarily to fix a small issue, but we should be back up shortly. If anything happens during that time, we will let you know. On big 20 on the Zora ledge.
Gets his flippers.
All right, what's Zora gonna get for us here? Are we gonna have a life lesson, love lesson, or some worth here for 500 rupees? We have just a piece of heart, love lesson.
Not even picking it up.